welcome to the day of the heart chakra. This is all about love and companions of destiny. The element is air, and we have such a beautiful lineup for you today. We've got Neale Donald Walsch, we've got Mercedes Kirkle, we got so many gorgeous guest experts here today sharing their heart space and their journey with you to really awaken your heart center and awaken the consciousness that lives within your own heart. So just taking a moment to come into our hearts together. So bringing your hand, one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, and taking a nice big deep breath in and exhale. And taking a moment to just really feel into your heart space, into that place of love and connection, in that place that connects us all. You know, no matter how different we all want to be loved, and we all want to love. You know, love is the most powerful energy on the planet. It's an incredible energy. And when we've, done our groundwork of clearing the generational wounds and healing and activating our womb space and doing that activation of our kundalini and activating the Shakti, and that energy is coming up, and then we move into our power, and then we come all the way up into the heart chakra. And this is like the cup that is full and it's overflowing. It's the color green. Actually the color green is the color of the heart chakra. It is the color of things that grow. And the heart chakra is all about growth. Okay, the wound here that sits in the heart chakra is actually grief. And grief can sit, and it can also dampen, and it can, just suppress that joy, that happiness, that love. And it can really weigh down, those that have a heavy heart is, one thing that people say, oh, she's got a heavy heart. And it's a heart full of grief. And, grief is a big one. And I've been working on that one for quite some time. It's a really big one. And it's not one that you want to push away. Like, it's really important, like a mother that wraps her arms around that energy of grief and loves that part and loves it back into wholeness and loves it back into a place where it can experience joy again. I want to share a meditation that I had just around a month and a half ago, and it was really powerful. It was a priestess activation meditation, and Mary Magdalene came through very strongly. And I envisioned a rose in my heart, and that rose had really sharp thorns, and the thorns were giving me a lot of pain. Like, I could actually physically feel the thorns going into my heart, and I had a hard time breathing. Like, I had some physical sensations in my meditation around, and I wanted to take the thorns out. I didn't want them there anymore. I wanted to get rid of the grief. And Mary Magdalene said, Schamet, those thorns are there for a reason. And the rose needs thorns. Like, roses have thorns for a reason. So you don't want to get rid of the thorns. You want to sit with them, and you want to feel them. And I'm going to get emotional here. And I just cried and cried, because I was like, wow, actually, that grief can bring us empathy, compassion, understanding of other people and where they're at. And, the energy of Mary Magdalene that came through was quite right. I needed to sit with that grief. I needed to be with it. I needed to honor it, respect it, and love it for who it is and what it is. And the grief was of the feminine wound and the oppression of women and all of the injustices in the world. Was my grief. And it was just sitting so heavy in my heart. And you know what I did with that grief? I'm creating this summit. I've invited all of these incredible people. And I was like, okay, Mary Magdalene, let's do this then. Let you transform this grief and use this energy of grief to create change and healing in the world. And so that grief, that heaviness, and those thorns activated me into creating the summit. And so, you never know what the story of that wound has for you. And, that is part of transforming, that energy, that heavy energy of grief, and creating the wisdom and creating the pearl. The pearl, it doesn't just get created overnight. It's like, it takes a long time. And also the diamond, the diamond has so much compression. It's really heavy energy, and it creates a diamond. And so, I wanted to remind everyone that all the stuff in our life, the sadness, death, there's many things to have grief about. It can really be used and activated and transformed into amazing change that can really, be the change that we all want to see. And, look at Martin Luther King and what he did in the world. And there's so many great leaders and movers and shakers that do transform that grief into action, into passion, and into purpose. So enjoy today. I know you will. It's a treat. It's a wonderful, wonderful day full of incredible wisdom. Have a wonderful, blessed time, and all my love. And I'm so happy you're here. Namaste.